So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is our Unreal Engine 5 tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 69 and in this video we continue with our skills. We already created skills. Let me show this fast. Oops, not this one, this one. Here we have created this 3 skills here. And now when we click on this skill, we can already see we are spawning an emitter. The problem is that this emitter is all time active, and the second problem is this emitter should make us faster. It is a speed skill like I defined it, but I'm not really faster, it's the same speed. So we have to code this in this video, and let's get into it. I open up this widget blueprint. In my case it's this one. Here we can see it. And I have only set up this one skill. I hope you did a little bit more than me. And then we go here to our already on-click setup, which is this one. That was the last place where we was. And now we have to do something. And here I have something already prepared, which we will use in a moment. First of all, I want that this skill only is active one time, because I don't want that I can click all time on this button here and activate it, and activate it. And we already learned how we can do this in nodes. There are different ways. Of course, you can use booleans and then a branch and check and so on. But we can also use the simple node do once. If you write do once, this node is actually doing the code which follows only one time. That's good. I want only that this emitter is spawned one time. And important on this do once node is this reset. For example, later I want after the emitter spawned one time, after a certain amount of time, I want that I can spawn this emitter, for example, again. I want to reactivate my skill later in game again, right? And which means we have to reset this in a later stage, but let's see where we have to reset it. So here I activate it the first time. This will do it only one time. And then I use a timer. In this case, I use a delay. Why I use here a delay? Because this delay will count now only till 5, and after 5, I can say, okay, now go and reactivate it. Or we can actually not reactivate it. We can, in this case, we will reactivate it, but here is one problem. This emitter is still active. We have to destroy it. Let's call it deactivate it, but in coding it's called destroying it because if you have an option to deactivate it, you can use this option, but we have to check if we have this option. and to check this option, we can just drag out of this emitter return value, and you can write deactivate, and indeed you can have this one. This is also a possibility, but in my case I just use destroy component, which means it will definitely be gone and later it will be spawned again at this point. And you can read and use what you prefer, deactivate, destroy, and if it makes no problem, then use that what you think it's best. In my case, I just use, in this case, without thinking too much, this destroy, because I know this one works definitely. But I don't know if this is really a good choice. So let's continue. So after 5 seconds, I want that this emitter is destroyed. Why? Because I want to make it not visible. Because let's say you can't use the skill later all time, and then the time is up, and then you have a window, or let's say after this you will have again 10 seconds or 50 seconds a cooldown till you can use this emitter again, and then you can't use this delay again. That's here a very, very interesting thing to mention. For example, if you use here one delay and you use here again a delay, I'm not sure if they changed this, let's see, but I think you can't use here again a delay. Perhaps in Perhaps you can. The problem here is normally a delay works not parallel, but perhaps in one after another it can work. But I know a delay you can't work in parallel. What I mean in parallel is, let's say you started here in delay, at the same time you started here down in delay, which is overlapping another, and then they will not work. But this one could work. Let's make it not too long here. Let's make it a 5, and then now I will reset this whole thing. I said after this one I will activate this again. So I reset this one, which means now you can activate the whole code again. We can test it. If it's not possible, we have to replace this delay with another timer, because this delay is just a time mechanism which we can use. If it's good and useful, then we use it. If not, then we find another solution. So I set this up. I set here delay first 5 seconds, then I destroy my component, then I wait again 5 seconds till I can activate the skill again. And let's test this. So I have here my character, I press it, it's activated. Now 5 seconds later it should be gone. Now it's gone and I can't click it, you see? And after 5 seconds it should be activated again. And that's working. So one after another it works. Now I can't click it, it works not again, and after 5 seconds I can activate it. But we have still one problem here, and the problem is we are not faster, because this skill should not only show us a visual like here after 5 seconds it should also affect here, for example, our character. In this case it should make my character faster. Let's code this also. It's very simple. What we have to do, or let's say what we have to add to this code, and when we add it almost all time at the end here, is we want that our character is during this time faster than normal. So we get this reference which we already created here. You can drag out from here, but easier is just get again this reference here, so we don't use all this long lines. And then we have just get from our player character the speed. And how we get the speed? The speed is in this character movement component, and when you want to access this speed, you have first to access this component here. So first of all, from our character, you go to the character movement component, and from the character movement component, we want change this max speed anywhere here, max walk speed. This one we want change. So let's do it. First of all, I said we have to access the component, and the component which has speed is this max movement component, right? Movement. And the problem is here again we find many options, but when you scroll down and you see this blue component sign here, it's most time this one. And here in this case, get character movement component. This is exactly this one here I want, and I know if I get this one I have now access all of his options which are here public. Let's get and show, and let's find this max walk speed here, max walk speed, and here we have this movement get max speed. So it is here called max speed, not, that's also sometimes the problem, it is not actually, oops, let me show you this one, not this one, we don't need anymore, this one here it is called max walk speed, but here it is just called max speed, and they are the same. Sometimes the names are not absolutely accurate, but you have to figure this out. And now what we are going to do is just simple. We just change this max walk speed. So this was a getter, and how we do this, we just actually we don't get it. We can set it directly. Of course this get would work too, I think. Max walk speed. I write here again max walk speed. And actually there is a max walk speed. Sorry for that. But sometimes there is not. And here we need this set max walk speed. So in this case we have this setter, and the default speed is here 600. And I want to make my character now faster. You can choose the number which you think is fast enough. Let's say I make him doubles far, 2 times faster than right now. This is 1200. And what I'm going to do is now very important. And I want only that this character is only fast during this time here when the skill is active. So I have to check when is the skill active, and the skill is active after this do once node. The emitter is spawning. This delay will destroy this component, which means I must be active before this delay here, definitely. So between this, yeah, we can say between this, from this point to this point, we have to set it active. I set it after I spawned the emitter. I set max walk speed. And here, and all that here, I move a little bit ahead. So because this one must come here, that's very important. Because this is the place where it should be active. And this one can here, but we have still one problem here. What we have to choose to solve, and what is that? Here I set the new max walk speed. Here it's going delayed and destroyed this component, and here it is resetting. But after resetting, the problem is, let's say here after this delay. No, here actually here it destroys the component. And after this point, I want that it has again the normal speed, right? What I mean with that is, first I set it only during the skill active, this double speed. And when the skill is not active, I want all time the normal speed. And we have to set this also. And important is where we set this. And a good place would be, for example, after this delay, because here we will destroy this component emitter anyway. And then we set it back. So this thing, what we did here, we did again. We can copy this and paste it here. But this time we reset it. Not reset it, we set it back to the normal speed. And the normal speed was 600. So that's all about this one, and this one is really annoying, a little bit long line, and because this line is a little bit annoying, that's why I'm putting now here down. So, and now we see the code here a little bit better and easier. So here, something like that. So and that should work, I hope, if I not made a fast mistake. For this video, what we did is, let's recap. I have here a normal speed. This is my skill, speed skill. When I press it, I should activate this emitter, and I should change my speed. And I'm faster now, and after 5 seconds, I'm slow again. And of course, let's test this as our enemy. You see, he's coming, and now I activate the skill and run faster than him. But after 5 seconds, I'm slow again. And that's bad. And I can't, I have to wait. And after this one, I can activate again and run away. Or I just can attack him. We have here a problem. Why is he not attacking? Oops. My attack skill is not working. Let me see, there is something strange. My attack skill is not working. Why is my attack skill not working? Oh, there is no on-click attack. What happens to this? What? Where's my on-click attack? Alright. I don't know what I did, but I disabled any of my attack skill. But that's not important. You know, the attack skill we already set up. I have I did anything that my attack skill disappeared. But anyway, the skill system which we made is working. I have to just set up this attack skill again. I don't know why this one is not here. Alright, I stop this video here and see you in the next. And like all time, if you have any questions, ask in the comments. I try to answer them. And bye.